Today we're going to talk about the exponential function. An exponential function is a function of the form we're going to have f of x equals ca to the x. And a is going to be a positive real number, so a is going to be greater than 0. A cannot be 1. And c cannot be 0 because we would have the constant function f of x equals 0. It is important to distinguish a power function, which we know is of the form g of x equals ax to the n, where n is an integer greater than or equal to 2, from an exponential function. So in a power function, we know that the base, as we can see here, is a variable, and then the exponent is a constant. And the exponential function, though, the base is a constant, and the exponent is a variable. So that's the difference between the power function and the exponential function. Now let's see what a typical exponential function looks like. We're going to graph the function f of x equals 2 to the x. First I have a little chart. Let's fill in this chart. So we're going to plug in -3, so we have 2 to the -3, and that's going to give us 1/8. We have 2 to the -2, it's going to give us 1/4. 2 to the -1, it's going to give us 1/2. 2 to the 0, it's going to give us 1. 2 to the 1 is going to give us 2. And 2 to the 2 is going to give us 4. Now we're going to graph this by plotting these points. So we got -3, 1/8, that's probably about there. -2, 1/4 is probably about there. -1 to the half is probably about there. 0, 1. 1, 2. And 2, 4. And now let's connect the dots. We're going to go up. And it's going to keep increasing. And then we're going to keep going down towards 0, but we will never hit 0. So let's list out some properties of the exponential function. Number 1, let's talk about the domain and range. The domain is all the x values, and that's going to be all real numbers. So -infinity to infinity. Let's talk about the range. The range is going to be all positive real numbers, so it's going to be from 0 to infinity. 2, let's talk about intercepts. So x-intercepts, there are no x-intercepts. And how about y-intercepts? There are 1, and it's at 1. Number 3, we see that the x-axis, which is y equals 0, is the horizontal asymptote. Number 4, we have 2 parts. We're going to talk about when a, the base, is greater than 1. We see that the function is an increasing function. And when a is between 0 and 1, the function is a decreasing function. Number 5, the graph of a contains the points -1, 1 over a, 0, 1, and 1, a. Number 6, the graph of f is smooth and continuous, with no corners or gaps. So that is the exponential function.